My name is Angus Woodman and I am a forester for Downey Timber. We're part of the Corbin Group. Here I am skiing in Europe, having a great time, and should I arrive upon a logging site and get some key intel. So the first fallacy about Europe is it's not steep. We're back in Europe. About the not so steep part, have a look down there. Do you see the stumps? Have a look to the right. Do you see the power lines? Okay, so myth destroyed. Europe is steep.
There we go.
So here we are, back in Europe. Second issue is utilization. We are standing right here at what would be a landing in a European logging show. On my left is the pulp deck. Behind me is the slash deck. Notice it's about the same size as the Volvo sedan that we're driving. And on my right is the saw log deck. Spruce, and then lower down the road look to be fir. Hello! Back at the logging site, I just want to show you that the wood that they're cutting is heavy to second growth. Take this fir log to my right. Look at the growth rings. That is what we would call a second growth log in BC. Look also at the UPC label put on every log. Talk about that, ministry, tree marking by UPC labels. Okay, next stop, active logging. Hello, back in Europe. So what we're going to show you now is the Forest Service roads in Europe. Notice the pavement, the steep grade, the winding switchbacks, and the narrow right-of-way. Seen that before? So here we are at a landing site, Swiss logging. You can see behind me the debris pile. This is what the debris pile looks when it is in full stem form. So I'm assuming that these logs hold no value other than firewood. Notice the stacking. So someone's job over time is to buck the waste wood into nice 20-inch pieces, stack it, put tin over it so it dries out, and then when someone would like to buy firewood, you give them a map of where it is and they come and get it. side landing. To my right, log deck. To my left, another log deck. Not sure if you can judge how steep the road is at this point, but my cameraman's going to span to see where our car is parked and where we came from. And just to put things in perspective, I'm going to walk to the low side of the log deck. Make sure WCB does not see this camera shot. Are we on? Hello! So, just so you know, the side slope here would be in excess of 60%. So we are fascinated by this because we have steep ground like you do, but not as steep as it is here. But the wood's bigger. But yeah. So do you want to tell us anything about what you do here?
We cut trees just for protecting.
From fall down.
No, just not from fall down. The wood is.
Who marks the trees to cut? You do.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're heavy with the hardwood, right? These ones, and then you have where's the spruce, like the coniferous trees. How do you say? And so this wood here.
We cut this because they all are
leaning over.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to fall over.
And we don't want that they fall into the
creek.
River.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we cut this.
Because if they fall in there too much, then the water backs up behind it, and you have a shit out.
And then when they fall, they rest in
the creek. Yeah.
The creek. But the problem is when it rains too much, all the things come down to the houses.
Yeah.
And that's because we cut they before they fall.
Okay. And then where do these logs go next?
These go next to
sawmill.
We don't make bratten for
boards.
Boards.
Yeah.
That's just for fire.
Just firewood.
Yeah.
And so the firewood, you'll bucket and stack it, or the residents come up and buck and stack?
It's another
company or something.
Company.
Yeah.
Who buy us and take this away and then make the.
And then the residents.
Prepare this.
And then the residents would go to that company to buy firewood. Like to make the firewood, like the farmer and all those people. Where do they just come and get it from a central? Like we see the firewood piles when we go up the road, and so they just drive up and take the firewood.
No.
Okay.
They
pay money.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you work for the canton of Glarus, or you work Mollis, or
Mollis and the other cities.
Yeah.
From Glarus North.
Glarus North. Okay.
It's from Lulehorn, Vilsbach, Hopstolde, Mollis, Neffels, Oberunn, Niederunn, Bilden.
And then Glarus that way is all south.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I work for the city.
Yeah.
And I work for the Canton Glarus.
Gotcha. And then
I need two different
hands. Okay. And you are from Mollis or Glarus or Neffels? Pardon me?
Niederunn.
Okay.
See.
And who's on the control security?
There's another man
way up there. I'm down there.
minimum 3 people, 1 on the machine, 1 here and 1 in the forest. But because it's a street here, we have more people here.
So above us is a cable yarding system, as you can see from the previous footage. There's 3 people operating it. 1 person's at the top, 1 person's at the bottom, and then they have 1 person at the landing on the road. Because this is also an access road to the village above us, there's a few more people involved so that the road stays clean so that everybody can get up to the village. I got more. And basically what's happening here is there's a creek in behind us, and so the worry is that if flow down goes into the creek, water will build up below it and you might have a debris torrent that takes out some property downstream. So what the canton is doing is they get their forester, Rudy, to go around and walk the hills to make sure the creeks don't have any blowdown. When there is blowdown, then they come in with this rig and set it up. And there's recreation biker coming by.
This is a multi-use logging site, European
So
style.
behind us is the logging site. Above me is the overhead yarding system. You can't quite make out in the trees, but the tree right to my right is the support tree, which has a girth hitch nylon strap, and it's supporting the cable. And the carriage is below us, and we're just going to wait for it to bring a turn up the hill. Okay, so we're back at the logging site. So what has happened below us is that they felled the trees that were most likely to fall into the gully, and they're on the ground. And then overhead is the slack pulling carriage. And so you can see that it's not super big. And here it comes up the trees through the corridor. Went past the intermediate support without a problem. Yes, I know the wood's kind of small, but it sure is amazing what it can do. Here comes the skidder to hold the load. He secures the log so it doesn't go down the hill anymore. The buckerman is secured. And now lowered to the ground. Here we go. Okay, back at the logging site, I just want to point out the multi-span here. We've got 1 intermediate there, and then if you go down the corridor, I'm not sure if the camera will see it, but you go way down there and you'll see another yellow hook in the tree. You got that, Will? Kinda? That's number 2, and we won't be able to make it out with the camera, but there's a 3rd one down there. It's got to be less than like 150 meters to the 3rd intermediate. Just keep in mind, this is all done purely for firewood for the residents and to keep wood from falling into the creek and causing a debris torrent going down to the community.